Hello YouTube viewers, my name is the Mistress Reviewer, and I'm here to bring you today a review of the book, Catch of the Day. It is an anthology with 4 different little stories by Whitney Lyles, Beverly Brandt, Cathie, Linz, and Pamela, Clare. I got the book at the library, and I have to say I grabbed it because the little side cover looked very catchy, and I happen to enjoy romances very much, and it's about weddings. So, I picked it up, started reading it, and realized it was one of the biggest pieces of crap I've ever read. The first story is about a girl named Pam, who, when she was young, made out a lot with the guy she liked. Apparently that equated to love, so when he left her, I guess, to go to school, she was devastated and heartbroken and swore she'd never do anything with him again until years later at their high school reunion, where she slept with him various times, and then he left her again. The book starts off with her at her flower shop, and the man of her dreams, Michael, walks in, and she's pissed off. He's pretending like he doesn't know what's going on. And that's pretty much how the whole book goes. You don't know what's going on. One minute they're at the flower shop, the next minute they're in a cafe, the next minute at the bar. There's way too many characters with really weird names. Like there was a guy named Algie or Aggie, something E, and he was helping to move flowers to a wedding. Basically, Pam has decided to do help furnish flowers for 5 different weddings in the same weekend, and it's driving her crazy, and the brides are being total bridezillas. And of course Michael gets in the way, and then she finds out that he wrote this book on how to catch men, and she thinks it's totally lame and, written by somebody who doesn't understand women, but of course she goes and makes out with him. It's very, very confusing. And in my opinion, it was not worth the read. I give it 1 star out of 5. The next story is about a couple who is about to get married in 2 weeks when the bride receives a phone call from her mother talking about how the guy just wants her for sex and for her money. So, in an attempt to prove her mother wrong, the couple decides that they're not going to have sex for the next 2 weeks, to save it for the wedding night, make it a little bit romantic. And they decide to make a bet. Whoever gives in first to, wanting sex, the guy will have to wear some pink cummerbund, and the girl will have to wear some slutty wedding dress that he really liked. In my opinion, I thought the story was really well written. It was funny. It was, they had a good use of words for different terms like penis and vagina, I guess. People usually don't know how to write about that stuff, but this author, had it pretty down. And then, there was a little bit of drama, of course, not having sex for 2 weeks when you've been having sex with the same person for who knows how long, that can get kind of frustrating. And then, it ended good. They get together, they have the wedding, he wears the pink cummerbund, she wears the slutty wedding dress, they live happily ever after. The third story was a bit rushed. I felt that it could have been a lot better if it had been in its own book with several chapters instead of like 4 or 5 not well put together chapters. Basically, it's about this girl who's getting married, and she's doing an extreme wedding somewhere down in South America at Costa Playa, and she decides to hook her sister up with the wedding coordinator, who is a guy living down there against the slave trade, so he's fighting the local government throughout the story. And then the main girl, the older sister of the bride, she gets involved in it, and apparently in order to fight the bad guys, she has to fall in bed with the wedding coordinator and pretend to have sex with him. Only they really do it. Yeah, like I said, it would have been a lot better if the book had been its own book instead of being stuck inside this book with 4 other stories. I give that one 3 out of 5 stars. Oh, now that I'm mentioning stars, I guess the second story I would give 4 out of 5 stars. The one with the no sex for 2 weeks. The last story was really confusing. Apparently the main character's name was Meg, but I got her confused with Clare, who was her friend that was getting married, so it took me a while to figure that out. And basically, it's about her breaking up with her ex-boyfriend months ago, and instead she wants him back even though he's a total douche. But that doesn't seem to stop her. So she decides she wants to get back with him, but at the same time she meets this awesome guy at the wedding, and they spoon together in Mexico, and that cements some feelings for him in her heart. But she still gets back together with the douchey boyfriend, the douchey ex-boyfriend, and partway through she realizes that she never loved him and that they weren't right for each other, and she's saved from having to break up with him when she finds him having sex with an eyebrowless woman after the wedding of her friend Clare. And then she goes and she finds the guy that she spooned with, and they kiss and hug, and she realizes she's in love. She wasn't in love. She was, I don't know what she was, but that wasn't love. It was something stupid. So that one, I give a 1 star. It just made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. So in all, this book, Catch of the Day, really wasn't a catch at all for reading. If you do pick it up to read, I highly recommend Heaven Can't Wait and So Caught Up With You. Those are the Sex for 2 Weeks story and the slave trader drama in South America story. So that was Catch of the Day.